Yeah, I think we are live, so I will be waiting a little bit. We'll be waiting for a couple people to join in. I think we have about 2 people watching already. So, all right. All right, all right, all right. Let's see if we can get a couple more people to join in before we start this live broadcast. Um, we'll give it just a little bit of time. And let's see, just a little bit. Hey, Augustine, what's up? Welcome. Hey, by the way, if you have a question, please drop it in the comment. And as I get to questions, and I will also answer your questions when we get there. So just start sending in your questions. We will talk about Bitcoin. So we'll just wait for a little bit more people to join in right now. All right, all right, all right. So I'll go ahead and type in so let's just say this and I will pin this comment in the chat. So please send in your questions and I will pin it in the chat. So that's been sent. Let me go ahead and pin that one. And that comment has been pinned. So guys, please send in your questions and please come in. I'm waiting for a couple more people. We have about 2 people watching concurrently right now. So we'll have to wait for a little bit more people. But guys, I hope that you guys are ready to learn a lot more about what's going on in the market right now. I know there is big time fear in the market. A lot of people are super emotional right now because of the craziness that is happening. But anyhow, we will touch base on everything. So guys, I'll wait for more people to join in. Please join in as I'm waiting. And as you're joining in, please send in your questions in the chat. All right. So I just saw one more comment coming in. All right. So you know what? I think I'll just start here. So guys, welcome to Chibind Brothers. My name is Joel, the other half of Chibind Brothers, as my brother is not here. And so I am today in charge of basically doing this live, and we're going to talk about exactly what is going on into this market. And so the crazy thing that is going on right now is last night, guys, I remember this. Last night I was sitting in my bed, it was almost midnight, and something told me to just check my trading view, and I checked trading view on my phone, and guys, it was bloody. I am telling you guys, it was as bloody, and you guys know already. You probably have seen your portfolios already. And so, as I was sitting in bed and I was thinking like, man, this is crazy, because this is not what we've been expecting as far as what is supposed to be happening with, Bitcoin and what we were, expecting to happen. And, sitting there, I was kind of getting a little emotional, but then I decided like, hey, I have responsibilities. I have people that watch me on YouTube, that follow me on YouTube. I have people that follow me on Instagram. I can't just stay here and be emotional. And these people are probably also emotional out there. So I have to get out there. I have to make a video. I have to make something. I have to talk to them and tell them to not panic sell. And that's what I did last night. I made a short reel that I posted on Instagram, and I also posted on YouTube as a YouTube short telling people, do not panic. Do not panic. And when I sent that, Bitcoin was trading at $42,000, guys. And right now, as I'm talking to you right now, we're at $49,400. So it's recovering, right? And so I guess I was right for telling people to not panic, because during those times, that's when a lot of people start panicking, and some people make stupid mistakes is they end up panic selling. And we're not supposed to panic sell, because we have to understand exactly what is going on into the market, because if you go ahead and panic sell and then you don't, and then the next day you realize that it wasn't really something to worry about, now you already lost your position. So I just had to make sure last night that I calmed everybody down and that no one was panicking selling, because then I woke up this morning and I was like, okay, what should I do then? I was like, okay, fine. I'm going to make this live. So here we are. We're doing this live. So there is a comment here from Augustin saying, next Friday we have November's inflation numbers. What do you see? Do you see another Black Friday? Yes, it's potentially it potentially could happen. I'm not saying that it's going to happen. If the inflation numbers are bad, I could see why it would happen. But then it also really depends on a lot of stuff, because we also have the Federal Reserve that have to meet pretty soon. And, I think it's the week of November 14 to 15 for the FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee, And so when the Federal Reserve come out with some more announcement, that could create a little bit more volatility into the market. But, we have to be very careful as far as what we're doing right now in the market, and so I'm going to be answering all these questions. I'm not done answering these questions, but I have a lot more stuff that I want to get to before I start getting into answering questions in the chat. But Augustin, thanks for sending that question in. And so now here's what we're gonna do. First thing first is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to pull up CoinMarketCap. So guys, here is CoinMarketCap. And as we can see right now, Bitcoin is coming up at $49,400. And then Ethereum is coming up in second place at $4,100. And Binance Coin in third position, Tether in fourth, Solana, which has flipped Cardano, coming up in fifth position, and then Cardano in sixth position. So guys, as we see here we can see that within the last 7 days, Bitcoin is down 10%. Within the last 24 hours, Bitcoin is down 6.75%. Ethereum within the last 7 days is only down 0.44%. Guys, Ethereum is actually performing better than Bitcoin. Ethereum is still resisting this. And so we will take a look at the chart of Bitcoin. We will take a look at the chart of Ethereum. And if you guys want to look at some other coins, for example, if you want to look at Solana, you want to look at Decentraland, you want to look at other stuff, please drop your comments in the chat and I will gladly pull up those charts and we can discuss more. So without any further ado, let's start with one of the things that I wanted to show first. So this is the Bitcoin numbers on Glassnode. Actually, you know what? Before I start with this, I want to read some stuff first. So I'm going to change that. And so we'll go to CoinDesk. And so now that I'm on CoinDesk, here, it says here, the price of Bitcoin plummeted early Saturday, falling nearly $10,000 in roughly an hour to a temporary low of 42,000 before bouncing up to 45,000. Bitcoin has fallen some 15,000 over the past 24 hours. Ether, the second largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization, fell around 1,100 over the same period of time. Guys, it's been insanity in the market. And so here it says, the leading cryptocurrency reflected a broader drop in crypto markets according to CoinDesk Price Index, with some cryptocurrencies falling more than 20% over the past 24 hours. Most of these assets appear to have suffered a sharp decline starting around 4 a.m. UTC on Saturday. So then now we're getting a little bit more to some of the juicy part where I'm going to have to elaborate a little more. So now, here it says, spot market selling seems to have driven the cryptocurrency lower. The decline triggered long squeeze in the derivative market, which in turn led to a deeper slide. So here are some of the reasons that basically triggered this sell-off that we saw in Bitcoin, right? And not just Bitcoin, but the entire crypto market. It says here, so far, I've seen upwards of 4,000 BTC being sold that pushed the market abruptly down. Guys, that is crazy, man. That is crazy. 4,000 Bitcoin, right? If we just go ahead and do the math, right? 4,000 Bitcoin that were sold at a price of, let's say, at the time, let's say Bitcoin was trading at 50,000, right? Times 4,000 Bitcoin. That is $200 million in Bitcoin that was sold. It is a lot, and that's why it creates the trigger, the flash crash that we saw. And then here it says, a crypto exchange traded fund expert and director of SEC Capital. In fact, 1,500 BTC alone was sold in less than a minute at the time of the drop. Guys, 1,500 BTC. I mean, 1,500 BTC is almost, is just slightly below half of 4,000 BTC. So that would be about, 90, 80 million dollars that was liquidated in less than a minute. That is insanity. That's why we saw the flash crash, because what happens here is when you have, when you have these type of liquidations, right? Let's say $80 million is liquidated in a minute, right? Now you have other people who are leveraged into the market, right? That have other position, people who are trading, people who are using margin, right? They have stop losses on those positions, right? Those positions gets to their stop losses, gets triggered. The next one gets triggered. The next one gets triggered, and it keeps going, boom, 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 boom. It's like the domino effect, right? And so, guys, that's what happened, right? But we still have more to elaborate here. And so here it says, data tracked by CoinGlass shows the price drop has triggered nearly 600 million worth of Bitcoin futures positioned in less than an hour. Guys, that is crazy. The market appeared over leveraged earlier this week with open interest elevated in Bitcoin terms, right? The open interest is basically, the amount of position people have opened, right? Positions that are open into the market. So here it goes on to say, the Bitcoin dominated open position has now remained above 365,000 BTC more than a month. It is not common to see such a high open interest being sustained for such long duration. This could suggest that the market is currently oversaturated with leverage, which is what I was talking about earlier, guys. Leverage is people trading with margin, basically people trading with debt. They borrow money from the broker, and they trade with that money, right? And then they have to give that money back. And so another thing is we basically saw a surge in Tether, because a lot of people, what they do is instead of exchanging between cryptocurrencies and US dollars or euros, right? People stay in crypto. So what people would typically do is they would buy, whatever crypto they want to buy. And then when they liquidate back into Tether, stable coins. And so we saw that Tether was a little bit higher than its one-to-one peg to the US dollar, because Tether at some point was trading at about $1 and 0.25. And so here, right, this will kind of goes to exactly one of the questions that Augustin asked earlier, where he was saying that, with the inflation numbers coming, are we going to see, another Black Friday, right? Especially, with the Fed that are supposed to go into the FOMC soon, right? And so this says right here, Federal Reserve growing discomfort with high inflation. On Tuesday, Fed Chair Jerome Powell retired the word transitory from inflation discussion and said that the central bank might consider. And so what is going on here is last week, because we know for the past, I don't know, months, for the past year, Jerome Powell has been telling us that, hey guys, inflation is transitory, meaning that it's only going to be around for a little while and then it will go away. But that's not what we saw, guys. And then he comes out last week to tell us like, no, guys, I'm sorry, I was wrong. Inflation is not transitory. We're going to see inflation a lot more longer. And then the other thing that he also kind of hinted is that basically the Federal Reserve have been anticipating that they will start tapering toward the end of the year, which they kind of started already. But they will be they said that they will start doing it, a lot more, mostly toward the end of the year, going into the next year in 2022. But then now with this issue of, supply chain that we're having and this issue of inflation and Jerome Powell coming out and saying that, we're going to retire the word transitory, that basically kind of hints that within the next 2 weeks or whenever the Fed FOMC meeting is going to be, I'm pretty sure that the Fed will probably change to say that they will probably stop tapering again. If they stop tapering again, they have to go back into the market and start quantitative easing again, which they haven't really, completely stopped doing quantitative easing. They just started cutting on how much they were doing the QE. But then now I'm pretty sure that they're probably going to start ramping up QE higher again. And for some of you that don't know what quantitative easing is, basically quantitative easing is just a very fancy term that, the suits like to use to confuse a lot of y'all. But basically they use this term, it just means that they are printing money and then that money is being used to buy, like in the US, they buy federal notes and also they buy like mortgage-backed securities and things like that. So basically propping up the market and providing liquidity into the market. So let's go back to sharing the screen again. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump to another article that was posted by Cointelegraph. And so here on Cointelegraph, I'm going to show you a graph of the liquidation that happened basically, with what we're seeing in the market right now. So as I'm showing you this chart, as you can see here, in green, those are the long positions. In red, those are the short position. And then in yellow is the price of Bitcoin. So guys, today is December 4th. And right now I am, December 4th. And so as you can see right here, this is on December 2nd, we see that the price of Bitcoin was basically pointing downward. The yellow line pointing downward. And one thing is we start seeing that the short position on Bitcoin started increasing. See, this short position right here, this bar is much bigger than some of the earlier bars, right? So some people started anticipating that, some kind of a price correction was going to happen. So people started shorting, right? But then the crazy thing is, look at the amount of long position, guys. The last time we had even positions that were way higher in long like this was like all the way back in September, guys. So we were due for some kind of correction because so many people were very bullish in the market right now. So, and as you can see to the left here, it says total liquidation, right? And it shows you the price in billions right now. So right now, this line is sitting right here, which corresponds to over $1 billion in liquidation, guys. Over $1 billion in liquidation. Guys, that right there is a lot of money, enough to create a crash. And basically the type of flash crash that we saw last night. Because I was looking at it in real time, guys. That was scary. I'm telling you, those candles were like boom, boom. I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on right now? And so, so now, I'm sure a lot of you want to see the chart of Bitcoin, right? So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish another article. We're going to go into the Bitcoin chart. We'll do some technical analysis. And then I will go back to showing you some of the things that I have on some Twitter, that I saw on Twitter, that I also want to share with you guys today. So, let's just finish this last article that was posted by Reuters. And here it says, based on cryptocurrency data platform CoinGecko, the market capitalization of the 11,392 coins it tracks dropped nearly 15% to $2.34 trillion. The value had briefly crossed $3 trillion last month when Bitcoin hit a record of $69,000. So guys, from the high last month to today, the total cryptocurrency market capitalization is down $1 trillion. That is insane. Anyway, so this is the last thing that I wanted to show you guys in terms of, news and things that are going on in the market right now. And so if some of you guys have some questions, if some of you guys have some things that you would like me to address, please drop them in the chat as I'm going to get to them. And we already have a couple people who are sending in their chat right now. And so guys, drum rolls, go ahead for some drum rolls, because now we're going to switch to the chart. So let's do it. All right. Here's the chart of Bitcoin. Guys, the technical damage has been done. It's pretty bad. It is not looking good. I have to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, I am big time bullish. Listen, I'm still bullish, but I'm kind of neutral right now, because the technical picture is not looking good. The technical picture is not looking good. Who's this? I see Sarah in the chat saying Flocky will get us rich. I pray I will stay on Flocky. Oh man. Anyway, so guys, I got distracted a little bit there. Yeah, the chart of Bitcoin, here we go. And so here, guys, I want you to see something here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up a brush, right? And these are the kind of things that I like to look at when I'm trading, the type of stuff that I like to see, price patterns, right? Here, when you look at this, we have this, price pattern that has been playing for the past, since July, right? So, for like the past 4 months, right? And so the thing that's been happening here is we see that the price went from here, hit that support line, went up to hit the resistance line, comes back, hit the support line, resistance, back to support. So then now, here's the thing. When I was looking at this chart, right? And as Bitcoin was coming down from, the $69,000 level up here, or all-time high, and it was going down, my hope was for Bitcoin to find some resistance somewhere up here, and then for it to find its course back up again. But unfortunately, it didn't. So then at that point, I was like, okay, since we fell below this resistance line right here, my next thing was like, maybe we could find some resistance at the 50-day moving average, which is my blue line. And we didn't find some resistance at the 50-day moving average. Then I was like, okay, the next major resistance will be all the way down at this trending up line. Because you can see that this line has been acting as support ever since July. We did 1, 2, and this should have been our third support. But unfortunately, guys, because of the flash crash yesterday, we just pierced through the first trending line, and then we pierced through this previous support line, and this right here kind of created like what some people would call a confluence of supports, right? We broke it all the way down here, and these guys right here, this is bad. Like, I have got to be serious with you guys. This is bad. This right here is bearish. I'm not saying Bitcoin is going down. That's it. We're down. It's the bear market. I'm just saying that we got to be cautious. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying that we got to be cautious because this is bad. And so what I would really like to see in this market is this. So let me change this to okay, no, before I even do that, what I would like to see is for the price of Bitcoin to recover back up. I want Bitcoin to recover above this support line at about $50,000, 50,400, 50,500, to recover above that. And then I want Bitcoin to go on and recover above these trending upward line. Once we recover above this trending upward line, I don't care if it goes into a consolidation pattern or even if it doesn't recover above here, but I would at least want Bitcoin to see Bitcoin recover up above 50,000, 50.5 thousand, and then just consolidating here before we march higher again. These two scenarios are the best scenarios that we want to see. We don't want to see Bitcoin just keeps going down, because now if it keeps going down, I'm telling you guys, the next level of resistance or support would be at the 200-day moving average. And the 200-day moving average is not looking good too, because it is pretty flat right now. It's not sloping up. It's not sloping down. It's flat. That means it's neutral, which is why I was telling you guys I am neutral right now. And so if we break below this 200-day moving average at about 46,000, we are going all the way down to 40,000. And guys, last night, we saw that this resistance at the 200-day moving average held because we went below that resistance and then we came back up. So that means this right here is now a pretty strong support. So that is basically what I'm seeing in the market right now. So I have a couple of you watching live right now. If y'all have some questions, please drop them in the chart as I'm walking through this. I'm hoping that everything that I'm saying right now is making sense to you guys. And if it is, please hit the like button. And if you're new here, this is your first time watching, please go ahead and subscribe. Come on, man. It doesn't hurt you. And, so only subscribe if I'm providing value to you. Don't subscribe just because I told you to subscribe. Subscribe if I'm providing some value to you. And, pass it to a friend or somebody else that you think this may be valuable to them as well. So, thank you. Anyway, let's get back into this. So, guys, this is what I'm seeing in Bitcoin right now. But what is good is I'm going to, okay, you know what? Let me just get rid of some of these drawings real quick. So let's get rid of some of these. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the 4-hour chart, and we'll look at what's happening on the 4-hour chart, because I think it is pretty important that we also look at some of the shorter time frame chart. So let's go on a 4-hour chart, because we're looking at a day chart. So on the 4-hour chart, here's what's going on right now. So we're seeing that, Bitcoin went down and it's recovering. We wanted this to keep going up. RSI is recovering because oh my goodness, you see RSI yesterday was like completely oversold on the 4-hour chart. So we want this to keep marching higher as we're seeing these candles. We want these candles to get above here, and that will allow us on the day chart to also get above these resistance line. And maybe I would like to at least consolidate within here. So this is the 4-hour chart. Let's take a look at the 1-hour chart. So as we are on the 1-hour chart, we see what's going on, right? The pattern is pretty much the same. And yeah, RSI is recovering. Some of these, the 50-day moving average is still sloping down. 200-day moving average still sloping down. We kind of want to see these moving average on the shorter time frame to start sloping back up again. That will be also a bullish sign of has recovering higher, because if these keep sloping down, then this price recovery will just means typically what happens is because the price doesn't just go down forever, right? It goes down in wave, or it goes up in waves. So the price will go down, comes back up, go down, comes back up, go down. But once these start sloping back up higher, then we might not see the slowing down wave. We may see a slowing, a growing higher wave, a wave that is going up. So, this is what I have for Bitcoin, and we will also take a look at Ethereum a little bit. And so, guys, here's the thing. When you look at the history of, here's the thing. When you look at the history of bull markets in cryptocurrency, of Bitcoin, of Ethereum, and just crypto in general, sharp corrections, sharp pullbacks are normal. They happen a lot, and sometimes you would get especially I believe this was in 2013 bull market, right? or 2015. I can't remember. My head is kind of like all over the place now. I've been talking for like 30 minutes. You know what? I think I need some water. So just give me a second. Let me get some water, guys. I need to be hydrated. Whew. And so in the history of bull market, as I've been saying, is these sharp pullbacks do occur a lot. You know, there is one bull market, I believe it was 2013, 2012, that, you know, the market experienced like a 50% pullback before recovering back and going even higher. So it happens, right? And so I would like to go on some of the Twitter stuff that I wanted to show real quick. And here I have a tweet from Pump. This is Anthony Pompliano, and he's a big crypto guy, a big Bitcoin maximalist. And he basically says here, leverage is a hell of a drug. Yes, guys, I'm telling you, leverage is a hell of a drug. And you know why this is very relevant and makes a lot more sense right now? Is because of the liquidation that we saw in the market overnight. You know, that liquidation wouldn't have happened if the market wasn't so leveraged. It's because people, you know, leverage is like, it's basically just like he said, right? A drug, right? You get used to it, you become addicted to it, and it's not good. And so many people, I can tell you, they got decimated last night. Ooh, they got decimated. Guys, I never trade with leverage. I don't think I will ever do, but never say never. But I'm not saying that I will never do. I'm just saying I don't think. But you know what? We're different. We always evolve. We always grow. You know, I may change my mind into the future. Who knows? But I just don't do leverage, man. I rather use leverage on things like real estate, on other stuff. Leverage into the stock market? No. You know why? Because, you know, I don't control everything. You know, I can only control so much. But leveraging the real estate, yes, I'm the guy behind the deal. I control the cash flow. I control everything. I control, you know, the property. So when I have a lot more control, then I can use leverage. I can use debt. When I don't have much control, nah, man, I am not using leverage. And I hope that some of you guys that are watching right now do not use leverage. And if you do use leverage, I hope you are very educated on leverage. So the next tweet is from still Anthony Pompliano. It says, Bitcoin bull. So I'm going to change story. I haven't been, oh my goodness, I haven't been sharing the screen so you guys can see this. Pompliano says, Bitcoin bull markets have historically been made of many 20% drawdowns. Just like I was saying earlier, guys, these drawdowns happen. We are currently experiencing the 6th drawdown of 20% or more in 2021 and the 3rd of more than 30%. Act like you've been here before. A quote by Vince Lombardi. So, guys, just like I was saying earlier, these happens. But then, I'm not saying that I'm still very bullish. A very part of me, I think maybe 60 to 65% part of me still tells me that we're not done yet and that we're going higher. But, you know, with the technical damage that we saw on the chart of Bitcoin right now, I am telling myself that, hey, we have to be careful. Yo, guys, I see my the other half of Chibind Brothers in the chat. My brothers in the chat, Rico, buying the dip that keeps dipping, man. You gotta keep buying the dip. Just keep buying the dip. Oh, it's dipping even more. Keep buying the dip until you just keep buying. Nah, this is not financial advice. I am not personally buying the dip right now. But what I'm doing is I'm watching. I'm watching, like I said in the like I said in my in the shorts that I made overnight. If you want to go on the YouTube channel, you can find the shorts. I said, guys, don't panic. Don't be emotional. Sit down, watch, and be calm. Wait to see some of the news that are coming out. Wait to watch what's going on. And then you're going to make a decision after that. If you want to sell, you make a decision after that if you want to stay in the market. But don't panic when there is blood on the street, because most of the time when there is blood on the streets, it's probably one of the best opportunities of buying, you know? And so, just like my brother said in the chat, buy the dip, even if the dip keeps dipping. But you have to be cautious, right? Because sometimes it's not worth buying the dip. But most of the times, it is worth buying the dip. I know it's hard. It's easy said. It's easier said than done. It's easier to say, just buy the dip. But if you have to sit there and push the button and buy the dip, that's when the problem comes. But you have to have a really big conviction for you to do that. And so, and for you to have a pretty big conviction, that means you have had to sat down and did a lot of digging, a lot of research on what you're buying and what you're putting your money, so that you are very confident with where it's going. And then once you start getting emotional, like last night, I got emotional too. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you guys like, no, come on, man. I'm a person just like you guys. But here's how I deal with my emotions, right? I go back to my notebook, right? I always have my notebook with me. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's always next to me. I go into this notebook and I start reading. Why am I even here? Why did I buy this position? What was my plan behind this position? And that right there helps me with pretty much keeping myself calm. To remember like, hey, why am I even tripping right now? Because I ask myself questions of like, okay, I bought this because of this and this and this and this. Has this changed? Has this changed? Has this changed? If all of them are no, 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 then why am I tripping? There is no reason for me to be tripping right now. So, guys, I hope that, what I just provided you guys makes a lot more sense. I hope that this tweet from Anthony Pompliano makes a lot more sense. And we're going to look at another tweet. And this will be the last tweet before we look at the chart of Ethereum. So, this is an history of Bitcoin bull markets. Actually, you know what? Let me just close this and I'm going to read this. It's from TechDev on Twitter. It says, every Bitcoin cycle in history has ended with a red month, followed by 2 or 3 green months. So let's look at the first bull market. In 2011, we saw there was a red monthly candle, and then boom, 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 and then the crash came. So that one ended. The second bull market in 2013, we had some red. And then this is the 50%. This is the 50% correction that I told you guys earlier happened in 2013, just like we saw in 2021 in April, where Bitcoin just crashed. And then red monthly candle, and then boom, boom, then the crash came. This was the second bull market. The last bull market in 2017, a red candle, boom, 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 and then the bear market. Now, in 2021, this is what we saw in July. We went down, and then now we have another red candle. Here is a green candle. What's the likelihood is going to happen right now? Do y'all think that we're going down? Or do y'all think that the probability here is that we're most likely going to make the same pattern? I don't know. You guys tell me in the chat. I'll leave this up to you guys. I think I've shown you enough data today. I think I've been talking for, almost 40 minutes now. And, and I'm getting very dehydrated, so I need some more water. But yeah, drop some comments in the chat. I'm waiting for your comments. Y'all tell me, what do you think is going to happen? Personally, I think the probability is up. And I may be wrong. That's fine. But I hope I'm right. Because that's going to make us some big time money. Ooh, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. So, that's all I had for you guys today for Bitcoin. Now, let's move on into Ethereum. So, let's open up the chart of Ethereum. I have Ethereum right here. And let's go to the day chart of Ethereum. Guys, Look at this chart. This chart looks really good. No technical damage has been done on this chart. Not like Bitcoin. Bitcoin is looking ugly. Ethereum is looking pretty good right now. It's still looking good. You know, we are below the 50-day moving average, and we went down below these two key levels last night, but we recovered pretty fast. That was a pretty big snap. We recovered. I don't really have much to say about Ethereum because Ethereum is still looking big time bullish to me. And so guys, here in the chat here, I have, I believe this is Augustine again. I don't do leverage either. I don't feel the need to right now. Maybe in the future, but I'm trying to protect my hard-earned money. Yeah, man, that's smart. Gotta be smart. You know, leverage is not for everybody. You know, I'm not knocking people that do leverage. Hey, if you do leverage, that's your thing. Hey, you be my guest. It's just not for me. So, Ethereum is looking good. You know, the price is below the 50-day moving average, but the price is still below, still above the 200-day moving average. The price has recovered above these two key levels, and we are still trending within this ascending triangle. And if the price stays in consolidation in this, ascending triangle, then we should see some kind of squeeze up here, and then the price go up. So that's what I'm saying with Ethereum. And so maybe the best way of looking at Ethereum is looking at Ethereum versus Bitcoin instead of Ethereum versus the US dollar. And as we see here, guys, you know, this triangle channel that I had in here, Bitcoin is breaking above this long-term trend line. And not Bitcoin, Ethereum. That means right now, Ethereum is overperforming Bitcoin. As Bitcoin is getting weak, Ethereum is overperforming it. And guys, I am expecting Ethereum to keep overperforming Bitcoin over the long term as well. Because even if we go back right now and we look at the how much Ethereum has returned to us in 2021 and how much Bitcoin has returned to us in 2021, Ethereum is still overperforming Bitcoin. And this right here is very quite bullish. And the other thing too is, guys, look at RSI. RSI is kind of overbought right now, but the 50-day moving average is starting to slope up, and the 200-day moving average is kind of flat, but I'm seeing a pattern of it like it would within the next, the next month, we should see that 200-day moving average in white also slope higher. So guys, that's literally all I have for you guys as far as Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now, is there some of you guys in the chat here who are interested in things like, let's say, Cardano, Solana, whatever, any other coin that you want to look at? Please, drop them in the chart, man. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to have a good time. It's a Saturday, so we can talk a little bit more about charts. We can do all this technical analysis. And I really hope that I'm providing you guys with a lot of values. If you guys like this, please go ahead, hit that like button, subscribe. It doesn't cost you much, man. And actually, as I'm talking to you guys right now, you know what? Let me plug this, guys, we have a Patreon. So let's just do this. We started a new Patreon, me and my brother. We launched this Patreon on Sunday. And as you can see here on our Patreon, if you just go to www.patreon.com/Chibind Brothers, and this is our Patreon page. Basically, you can support us for $5 a month. And for you supporting us, this will give you access to basically a chat community that we have on Discord. We will add you on our Discord once you join our Patreon for $5. This is for you supporting our Patreon. And then if you decide to become a loyal sibling, for $9 a month, you can have access to early content, exclusive content that we will only post on Patreon. For example, I see an opportunity in the market of buying, let's say, a stock, buying a crypto or anything that I'm buying as far as stocks and crypto or NFTs, then you will see those in real time. Right after I buy, we will be posting those on our Patreon. Those are exclusive contents. And then you will also have access to our chat community on Discord. And then you can also send us questions that we can also reply on our Patreon. The next thing is if you want to be part of the Chibind Nation. And on Chibind Nation, you will have access to private lives that me and my brother will do, monthly ones. And in there, we can do a lot more interactions. You know, instead of doing these public lives that I'm doing right now, you can have, you know, private lives for, you know, a very limited amount of people and for only $20 a month. And that will also give you access to our chat community on Discord and also give you access to early exclusive content. So guys, go ahead and support us on Patreon if you like what we do. And so yeah, now, actually, oh man, I wasn't even sharing my screen. I forgot. That happened again. Oh my goodness. You know what? Let me just pull up Patreon again real fast. Man, y'all should have told me in the chat that I wasn't sharing my screen. Come on, guys. Come on, man. So here is the chart or the screen. So this is what I was telling you about. $5, you can support us. Or $9, you can support us, or $20. So support our work. You can become a loyal sibling, or you can become part of the Chibind Nation. So thank you. And the link is up here, patreon.com/Chibind Brothers. And I'll put the link in the description of this video as well. So guys, thank you for being here. You know, thanks Augustine for being here. I appreciate you. If y'all have any questions, I'm going to try and hang out in here for maybe another 3-4 minutes. And if no one has a question, then I'm going to end this stream. And I hope that this was valuable to you. Also, guys, you know, because I'm in school right now. I'm finishing up my master's and it's kind of like finals week. So I'm not going to be posting a video tomorrow. So this live stream right now already counts as part of my video for tomorrow. And I mean, this is almost an hour. So, you know, I think it's enough. I don't have to make a video tomorrow. And, you know, after I'm done with finals and all that, then we'll do some more content. So bring in your questions in the chat. I'm ready. Let's knock them down. And then we're going to call it a day. All right. By the way, guys, as we're waiting for some people to maybe send in some questions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up our YouTube page and I will make sure that I share the screen this time. And I'll go to YouTube. And so guys, on our YouTube, you know, right now we're almost, I think we're at 1,199 subscribers. Get us above 1,200 subscribers. And please, you know, thanks for supporting us. This is the show that I was telling you guys earlier. I think I already have about 1,000 views on that one. That's the show where I was telling you guys to stay focused and don't panic. And a lot of people took it really, really, really positively. As I'm going to play this short, you can look at the comment. You know, all of these comments, very positive. People liked it because some of these people were, you know, I'm pretty sure they were panicking, right? But then after they saw this video, then they came down, right? And so, yeah, man, come and support us. Me and my brother, we make videos twice a week. And yeah, I mean, and we've recently just got monetized too. We got monetized on Thanksgiving, actually. So yeah, man, it's been a hell of a year. We started last year in October. And a year later, we also got monetized. So thanks. So now I've been waiting for a couple minutes. I still don't have any anybody sending in questions. So I think that's it. Guys, Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting my brother and I. Also, we have some affiliate links in the description below. I will add them in the description below if you want to, open trading accounts for trading stocks with, Webull. That's what we recommends to people. So you can use our Webull link in the description below, or you can use our M1 Finance link in the description below if you are more of a passive investor and just invest for the long term. M1 Finance is a pretty good one that I personally use. And then also, we're talking about crypto in this video. So if you want to invest in a cryptocurrency, you don't have an account with Coinbase, you want to start, you're a newbie, you can sign up with our Coinbase link in the description below. Also, I have a BlockFi link in the description below. If you use our BlockFi link in the description below as well. All these links, guys, when you use them and you create an account and you deposit some money on there and you buy either stocks or crypto, we both get some monetary value. So at least $100, I believe. Then we both get some monetary value for me for referring you and you for using my link. So it's a win-win situation, guys. So yeah, guys, thank you. I hope that I provided you with enough value. Thanks for being here, and I will see y'all in my next video on Sunday.